Brought to you by Penguin.
The Gift. 12 Lessons to Save Your Life. By Edith Eger, with Esme Schwal-Wygand. Read by Tovah Feldshuh.
To my patients, you are my teachers. You gave me the courage to return to Auschwitz and to begin my journey toward forgiveness and freedom. You continue to inspire me through your honesty and courage. Introduction: Unlocking Our Mental Prisons. I learned how to live at a death camp. In the spring of 1944, I was 16, living with my parents and 2 older sisters in Kassa, Hungary. There were signs of war and prejudice all around us. The yellow stars we wore pinned to our coats, the Hungarian Nazis, Nyílás, who occupied our old apartment, newspaper accounts of battlefronts and German occupation spreading across Europe, the worried glances my parents exchanged at the table, the awful day when I was cut from the Olympic gymnastics team because I was Jewish. Yet I had been blissfully preoccupied with ordinary teenage concerns. I was in love with my first boyfriend, Eric, the tall, intelligent boy I'd met in book club. I replayed our first kiss and admired the new blue silk dress that my father had designed for me. I marked my progress in the ballet and gymnastics studio and joked with Magda, my beautiful eldest sister, and Clara, who was studying violin at a conservatory in Budapest. And then, everything changed. One cold dawn in April, the Jews of Kassa were rounded up and imprisoned in an old brick factory at the edge of town. A few weeks later, Magda and my parents and I were loaded into a cattle car bound for Auschwitz. My parents were murdered in the gas chambers the day we arrived. My first night in Auschwitz, I was forced to dance for SS officer Joseph Mengele, known as the Angel of Death, the man who had scrutinized the new arrivals as we came through the selection line that day and sent my mother to her death. "Dance for me," he ordered. And I stood on the cold concrete floor of the barracks, frozen with fear. Outside, the camp orchestra began to play a waltz, the Blue Danube. Remembering my mother's advice, no one can take from you what you've put in your mind. I closed my eyes and retreated to an inner world. In my mind, I was no longer imprisoned in a death camp, cold and hungry and ruptured by loss. I was on the stage of the Budapest Opera House, dancing the role of Juliet in Tchaikovsky's ballet. From within this private refuge, I willed my arms to lift and my legs to twirl. I summoned the strength to dance for my life. Each moment in Auschwitz was hell on earth. It was also my best classroom. Subjected to loss, torture, starvation, and the constant threat of death, I discovered the tools for survival and freedom that I continue to use every day in my clinical psychology practice, as well as in my own life. As I write this introduction in the fall of 2019, I am 92. I earned my doctorate in clinical psychology in 1978, and I've been treating patients in a therapeutic setting for over 40 years. I have worked with combat veterans and survivors of sexual assault, students, civic leaders, and CEOs, people battling addiction and those struggling with anxiety and depression, couples grappling with resentment and those longing to rekindle intimacy, parents and children learning how to live together, and those discovering how to live apart. As a psychologist, as a mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother, as an observer of my own and others' behavior, and as an Auschwitz survivor, I am here to tell you.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?